Today, we're going to talk and discuss about how to architect AWS IAM so you can scale. And we're going to talk about two primary dimensions here. One is architecting your AWS organization so that workloads and use cases run in the right place. It's a very difficult problem to fix if you start off on the wrong foot. And two, creating principles and provisioning access to those accounts, both for people and applications. So just start off with a few key points on architecting your AWS organization for scale. The first is that the AWS account is the most fundamental tool to organize and protect AWS cloud resources. A compute resource in a compute process runs in one and only one account. You can share resources across accounts, but they're all owned by a single account. And you can use those accounts to create management, fault, and security domains with IAM policy. So an IAM configuration is global within an account. So you can't have a role have certain permissions really in region 1, say US East 1, and different permissions in US West 2. Like, you can sort of do some things there, but it's difficult to manage, especially once you get into, is this when you want to have different levels of privilege in those different regions. It's really impractical to implement that. So the only way to really separate permissions cleanly between a logical role is with giving that, presenting or creating that logical role in different AWS accounts. So this all boils down to what I call the single use case rule: operate each major use case in a dedicated AWS account. So you say you're developing and testing a customer-facing application, and it's not, you're engaging in that activity prior to deploying to production. Well, that's an activity, and its main customer is the development team and QA and so forth. Now, once you deploy that application to production, now you're operating it so customers can place orders. Those use cases are very different. Both are necessary, both are important, but they're very different. And they don't belong in the same AWS account.